Good morning, children. Welcome to class 11th biology once again. Children, I hope you all are safe and stay home. Today we are going to start new chapter in class 11th biology, that is chapter 14, respiration in plants. Okay? So respiration, do you know what is respiration? Respiration is the process, is the mechanism by which the food is broken down with the help of oxygen to release energy. Okay, and this energy the living organism used for various life processes. Okay, like humans, plants also a living organism, so respiration also takes place in plants. Okay, in animals, in humans, we will discuss about respiration in the upcoming chapters. Okay, so I repeat once again, respiration is an energy releasing, enzymatically controlled metabolic process which involve a stepwise oxidative breakdown of food substance inside living cell. Okay, children, in exam a difference that is important that will ask, that is, what is the difference between respiration and breathing? Respiration, that is breakdown of food to release the energy, but the breathing, that is to take oxygen rich air inside the body of living organism and to give carbon dioxide rich air outside the body of organism. Okay, so that is a common difference, you must learn about that. So here you can see C6H12O6, that is a food carbohydrate. In the presence of oxygen, it will be broken down to release the energy along with carbon dioxide and water. Okay, clear? Living organism that require energy for all activities like absorption, movement, reproduction, or even breathing, and this energy that is obtained from oxidation of food during respiration. Okay, clear about respiration? Now children, the one term also given, that is cellular respiration. So cellular respiration, that is the respiration that takes place within the cells. Okay, that's the respiration which takes place within the cells is called cellular respiration. It is also similar. It is the breaking down of food materials within the cells to release energy. Okay, energy, that is ATP. Okay, children, any problem regarding that? Now, after that, we'll discuss this topic in detail. Sorry. Breaking down of complex molecule takes place to produce energy in cytoplasm and mitochondria. Okay, so in two places of living organism the respiration takes place. The first, that is cytoplasm, and second, that is mitochondria. Okay, clear about this, children? Now the process which require oxygen, that is aerobic respiration. In plants, oxygen is taken by stomata, lenticles and root hairs. Like we know very well, we take oxygen rich air and give carbon dioxide rich air by the use of respiratory system. We have nostril, we have trachea, we have bronchi, bronchioles, lungs. Okay, but the plants, for exchange of gases, they have stomata, they have lenticles, they have root hairs. Okay, plant get along without respiratory organ because each plant part take care of its own gas exchange need. Okay, like we can say that the plant can get along without respiratory organ. Plant doesn't have any type of respiratory organ because they have some features, they have some qualities, they have adapted, and these features, these qualities are: first, they can take care of its own gas exchange needs, like by the use of stomata, whatever they need the oxygen and whatever they need the carbon dioxide, they can manage. Okay, second, plant do not present great demand for gas exchange. Third, distance that gases must diffuse in large plant is not great. And fourth one, that is during photosynthesis, oxygen is released in leaves and diffused to the other parts of leaves. Means by the process of diffusion, it will also goes to the other parts. Okay, so without respiratory system, they can survive, uh, they can respire because they have certain features. Okay, so children, during process of respiration, oxygen is utilized and carbon dioxide and water is released along with energy molecule in the form of ATP. As I told you, the food, that is carbohydrate, that is broken down in the presence of oxygen, and they release the energy in the form of ATP, and along with energy they also produce the carbon dioxide and water. Okay, clear? Now one term that is written here, that is respiratory quotient. Okay, it is the ratio of volume. Respiratory quotient, that is the ratio of volume of carbon dioxide produced to the volume of oxygen consumed in respiration over a period of time. Okay, means that is the volume of carbon dioxide produced and the volume of oxygen consumed, that is respiratory quotient, and it is equal to 1 for carbohydrate and less than 1 for protein and peptones. Okay, now next, that is types of respiration in plants. Respiration, that is of two types, aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic, that is they have the three steps in aerobic respiration. First of all, glycolysis occur, then Krebs cycle, then terminal oxidation. Aerobic respiration is the process by which food is broken down in the presence of oxygen. Okay, in aerobic respiration, the complete breakdown of food takes place and more energy are released in the form of ATPs. Okay, clear about aerobic respiration? That is very simple, very easy. I repeat once again, is an enzymatically controlled release of energy in stepwise catabolic process of complete oxidation of organic food into carbon dioxide and water, with oxygen acting as terminal oxidant. Okay, like in simple words, we can say that with the help of oxygen, the complete breakdown of food takes place to release the more energy. Okay, clear about this? So children, the first step of aerobic respiration, that is glycolysis. Okay, glycolysis, that is glyco means glucose and lysis, that is breakdown. Okay, Means how the breakdown of glucose takes place will discuss in glycolysis. The first step, that is glycolysis. Okay, and the glycolysis, that is also called Embedden, Meyer-Hop and Perennis pathway. In short, we can say that EMP pathway. Okay, I repeat once again, the scheme of glycolysis is given by Embedden, Meyer-Hop and Perennis. That's why it is also called EMP pathway. Okay, so in glycolysis, basically partial oxidation of glucose, okay, into two molecule of pyruvic acid through a series of enzymes, okay, in which some ATP and NADH2 that will be produced, okay, and the process of glycolysis that takes place in cytoplasm. Okay children, about glycolysis, that is the breakdown of glucose to release the two molecule of pyruvic acid, and energy is released in this process. ATPs and NADH are formed, and this process that takes place in cytoplasm. Okay, clear about this children? So basically the various scheme are there in glycolysis that we are going to discuss here. Okay, I'm showing the scheme of glycolysis in front of you. This in NCERT, you can easily see that this, first of all, the glucose molecule, okay, glucose that will be break down to form the glucose 6 phosphate. Okay, glucose to glucose 6 phosphate, and glucose 6 phosphate convert into the fructose 6 phosphate. Okay, some various enzymes that involved in this reaction, but in 11th standard syllabus the name of enzyme is not written. Okay, in NCERT no enzyme's name is written in this scheme, so that's why we'll see directly glucose to glucose 6 phosphate, then glucose 6 phosphate convert into the fructose 6 phosphate. After that, the fructose 6 phosphate turns into the fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Then the fructose 1,6 bisphosphate convert into the triose phosphate, that is 3-glyceraldehyde phosphate. Okay, and here that is the reversible reaction from triose phosphate. It also convert into the dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Okay, means the two products that are formed from the fructose 1,6 bisphosphate, number one, that is glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, and it may be reversed to the dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Okay, you have to learn this equation children, this reaction. After that, the glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate develops into 1,3 bisphosphate bisphosphoglyceric acid. Okay, then 3 phosphoglyceric acid, and after that it forms the 2 phosphoglycerate. Then the 2 phosphoglycerate convert into the phosphoenol pyruvate, and children, in last the 2 molecule of pyruvic acid will form. Okay, so we can say that glycolysis, that is a series of reaction in which the glucose molecule will convert into the pyruvic acid by different reaction, different we can say that the stepwise release of energy, stepwise reaction in which various enzymes take part, and in last the 2 molecule of pyruvic acids are formed. Okay, clear? Here you can see the summary that we have discussed there. First of all, glycolysis start with phosphorylation of glucose in the presence of enzyme, that is hexokinase. Okay, the hexokinase act on glucose and it convert into the glucose 6-phosphate. Okay, here the one molecule of ATP that is used in this process. Okay, in the next step, the glucose 6-phosphate is converted into the fructose 6-phosphate catalyzed by enzyme that is phosphohexo, uh, phosphohexose isomerase. Okay, then the fructose 6-phosphate that form the fructose 1,6 bisphosphate by phosphofructokinase. Then after that, the glycolysis of two molecules of ATP are consumed during double phosphorylation of glucose to fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Okay, then the fructose 1,6 bisphosphate is also converted into the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Okay, and by this way, in the last, the two molecule of pyruvic acids are formed, and the total net gain of ATP in glycolysis, that is 8 ATP molecule. Okay, clear children? Now pyruvic acid, that is a key product of glycolysis. The further breakdown of pyruvic acid depend on the need of cell. Okay, like after glycolysis, what happen if oxygen is available in the cell? It goes to the citric acid cycle. If oxygen is not available, then it lead to the fermentation process. Okay, that we'll discuss in the next video. Okay, thank you.